For the next 10 minutes or so, as the music plays, we invite you to just relax. Close your eyes, rest in the presence, and hold space.
Sarvada Ganapataye Namo Namah Gam Ganapataye Namo Namah Jai Ganesha Gananata Dayaniti Sakala Vigna Karadura Hamari Gananata Dayaniti Sakala Vigna Karadura Hamari Ganapataye Namo Namaha Ganapataye Namo Namaha Ganapataye Namo Namaha Namo Namah Ganapataye Namo Namah Ganapataye Namo Sankam Ganapataye Namo Namaha Ram Ganapataye Namo Namaha Ganapataye Namo Namaha Ganapataye Namo Namaha Jai Ganesha Gananata Dayaniti Sakala Vigna Karadura Hamari Jai Ganesha Gananata Dayaniti Sakala Vigna Karadura Hamari Namo Namaha Ganapataye 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 Namo Namaha Namo Namaha Ganapataye Namo Namaha Ganapataye Namo Namaha Ganapataye Namo Namaha
Namaste. Welcome to our weekly online satsang. Satsang being a fancy Sanskrit word that basically means spiritual community. The kind of community where two or more people who are on the path of awakening and the flowering of the heart into oneness with all that is come together to share their journeys. We're so glad you're here. We're strengthened exponentially when we join together with others who are awakening and transforming in consciousness. And it is so critical that humanity as a collective shift quickly from this global insanity of competition, conflict, and war into a new world rooted in cooperation, harmony, and peace. That can only happen when the collective consciousness itself tips from duality into oneness. And that's going to happen when enough of us individually awaken. Every time one of us awakens or goes deeper into our awakening, it sends ripples out into the collective consciousness that catalyzes countless others to awaken as well. And it makes the journey easier. It's so much easier now, and whether it seems like it to us or not, than it was 50 plus years ago when I began as a spiritual teacher. It was quite the roller coaster. It still is, but there's so many more of us now who are awakening, and it's changing things. So thank you for being here. We share during these webcasts something we call the Flowering Heart Blessing, Hridaya Vikasa Diksha, and which means Flowering Heart Blessing. And it's something that the Divine shared with us a little over 10 years ago. Suzanne and I have been involved in transmitting spiritual energy and spiritual consciousness for decades. About a little over 10 years ago, the Divine said, start sharing this one. And so we have. And it really centers in the heart and the flowering of our connection with the Divine within, which is where it has to come to sooner or later. After looking out here and up there and everywhere, we need to bring it home and look within and discover that the entire universe, the entire Godhead, dwells within each one of us. And that's our journey home. It's to dive into that center and to yield to the flowering of divine grace within. Flowering Heart Blessing does a really great job of catalyzing that. And it doesn't cost any money to receive this blessing. And you're initiated instantly when you've received it to be able to share it with others. You don't need to fly around the world or spend a lot of money. It's a gift from the Divine itself. And you're soaking in it right now. So if you're enjoying the energy and the space that we're sharing here tonight, just invite the Divine to pour the Flowering Heart Blessing through you as an instrument to all who join with us tonight, to all who watch this video or listen to the audio at any time in the future, because the Flowering Heart Blessing, being pure spirit, is unbounded, unaffected by time or space. So anyone who watches this at any time, in fact, if you're hearing my voice 10 years after we did this, just open up and receive. It's flowing to you. But as you offer yourself as an instrument of grace during the satsang, as the divine grace flows through you, it works on you, and it helps your journey as well. So please join us in sharing the blessing and holding the intention for everyone who views this in the days, weeks, months, even years ahead. I don't think we have any announcements.
Communion yesterday.
Communion yesterday, which I guess you missed it. It was yesterday. But it too was spiritual grace, which means, and the recordings right here on Facebook Live, it's on Vimeo, it's on YouTube. It should have been on LinkedIn. It will be in the future because I figured out what was happening there. But it's in plenty of other places that you can view it. And it's about the love that never fails, which, even if you've heard me teach on it, love before, there are some things that are coming through from the divine that were fresh, geared right for our time and what we're experiencing on earth right now. So encourage you to go back and watch it. Other than that, we like to open it at this point to questions and answers on the spiritual journey. Anything that you're inside, you're seeking more clarity, more insight, more understanding, ask your question. Type it in the chat on Facebook Live or in Vimeo, and we'll do our best to answer, which means we'll open ourselves to divine grace to show us and give us insight to share with you. I almost forgot, if you're on Facebook Live, give us a thumbs up or a heart or one of the other emojis, and so that we know you were here. We go in at the end, we see your names, and we send you special blessings and hugs. And we just appreciate knowing you were here. If you're viewing on Vimeo, you can just write your name in the chat and say hi or namaste, and we'll send you blessings and special love as well. So while you think about that, please do look inside. You don't even have to think. Just look inside and listen to that still small voice inside of you that may be encouraging you to ask a question, because you might not realize it will bless all of us, because all of our journeys, though different, are parallel, and we encounter similar questions, similar obstacles. So we look forward to hearing from you. While you consider that, I like to share these little articles and quotes from inspiringquotes.com, a website where a group of authors share little articles about timely subjects and quotes from influential figures throughout history that shed light on those topics. Tonight, we have an article and some quotes gathered by Christina Wright. Christina is a coffee-fueled writer living happily ever after with her family in the suburbs of Richmond, Virginia. And thank you again, Christina. We've had some wonderful sharings from you over the last few years. And this one is called 20 Quotes That Define Love. Now, what's interesting here is that yesterday, yes, the subject of the meditation during the interfaith communion service was love. And then this pops up on inspiringquotes.com, and it mirrors some of what we shared, which was amazing. There was another list of quotes in that article that mirrored a quote someone shared with the group yesterday in the book club from C.S. Lewis, and everything seems so connected today. So hopefully this will strike a chord for you. Here's what Christina writes. The greatest happiness of life is the conviction that we are loved. Loved for ourselves, or rather, loved in spite of ourselves. Writer Victor Hugo declared, joining the ranks of generations of great thinkers who have espoused the virtues of this all-important emotion. Yet, what exactly is love? Trying to define love is no easy task, as it can take many forms, and everyone experiences it differently. Plato said, love is the name for our pursuit of wholeness, for our desire to be complete. The ancient Greeks even had different words to describe the many expressions of love, including storge, the love or natural affection for family; ludus, the flirtatious, playful love of youth; philia, the platonic love between friends; philautia, the love of self; eros, a sensual and passionate love of romance; pragma, a mature, enduring love; and agape, an unconditional divine love. It's really interesting because in the teaching yesterday, we defined all of those 7 words and added another one, which we might or might not talk about the 8th one. Christina continues, artists, philosophers, and psychologists from time immemorial have found different ways to describe the experience of love. In writing about her love for actor Spencer Tracy, Katharine Hepburn said, love has nothing to do with what you are expecting to get, only with what you are expecting to give, which is everything. But no matter what we call it, love in all its many forms of expression is a fundamental human emotion that connects us all and reminds us that we are not alone. These quotes offer heartfelt and humorous definitions of that wonderful, maddening, comforting 4-letter word, love. Okay, here we go. Love, what is but space and time rendered perceptible by the heart? Love, what is it but space and time rendered perceptible by the heart? Marcel Proust. Love is the expansion of 2 natures in such a fashion that each includes the other and each is enriched by the other. Felix Adler, philosopher. Love is all there is. It makes the world go round. Love and only love. It can't be denied. Bob Dylan. Among those whom I like or admire, I can find no common denominator. But among those whom I love, I can. All of them make me laugh. W.H. Auden, poet. Love doesn't just sit there like a stone. It has to be made like bread, remade all the time, made new. Ursula K. Le Guin, author. We miss so much out of life if we don't love. The more we love, the richer life is, even if it is only some little furry or feathery pet. Lucy Maud Montgomery, author. In dreams and in love, there are no impossibilities. Janos Arni, poet. Love is the force that transforms and improves the soul of the world. Paulo Coelho. Love is a great beautifier. Louisa May Alcott. Love does not rule, it cultivates. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, poet. Your first love has no beginning or end. Your first love is not your first love, and it is not your last. It is just love. It is one with everything. Thich Nhat Hanh, the Zen master. I was in love, and love makes all men frantic. Euripides, the Greek playwright. Love is the ultimate outlaw. It just won't adhere to any rules. The most any of us can do is to sign on as its accomplice. Tim Robbins. Love is the substance of all life. Everything is connected in love. Absolutely everything. Julia Cameron, author. A person in love is humble. A person who loves has, so to speak, forfeited a part of his narcissism. Sigmund Freud. Love unlocks doors and opens windows that weren't even there before. Mignon, McLaughlin, journalist and author. True love is radical because it requires us to see ourselves in all people. Otherwise, it isn't love. Love is revolutionary because it has us treat all people as we would ourselves. Not because we are charitable, but because we are one. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. For love is ever the beginning of knowledge, as fire is of light. Thomas Carlyle, author. Love is basic for the very survival of mankind. I'm convinced that love is the only absolute. Ultimately, love is the highest good. Martin Luther King Jr. Love is the answer, and you know that for sure. John Lennon. Nice, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Let's try refreshing. We've been having a problem with that on Facebook.
try refreshing Vimeo.
No, Facebook.
That's Vimeo.
I know.
Yeah, I'll try Facebook too.
Okay.
You never know. Looking for questions.
There we go.
I don't know why they're not coming up automatically.
I don't either.
But thank you for your
Patience.
and your input. Wow, there were a bunch. Michael Christopher. I have felt a physical pain in my heart from a past connection. Is there a way I can resolve it along with any connections or fetters? Yes. Sometimes it takes time. We've run into people along the way who have had a physical pain in their hearts for some time. But I think personally, in just the immediate thing that came up inside of me is the compassionate exchange. I mean, the conventional wisdom says, cut the cords. There's still some attachment there, or there wouldn't be any residual pain. So cut the cords. We don't believe so much in cutting the cords as in dissolving attachments, and the way to do that is in love. So a bit more enlightened than cutting the cords is forgiveness. Forgiveness happens within you, Michael, spontaneously when you fully experience without resistance the pain. I wish I could say otherwise, but it is the resistance to that woundedness that keeps feeding it, that keeps it there. So when the attachment goes, which you could call a cord or something you're stuck on, when the attachment goes, the resistance goes. When the resistance goes, the charge, which is the pain you're feeling in your heart, it's a strong one. I feel for you with total compassion. But when the resistance is gone, then the charge discharges. And true forgiveness comes. So sort of the command that religion tends to give is, forgive that person. Well, yeah, but how do you do that when your heart is aching? It's not so easy, is it? So we start by letting go of our resistance to feel, to embrace that completely and let it go. By embracing it, I don't mean wallow it and hold on to it. I mean just stop the resistance. Pain is resistance. Physical pain is where it's actually blocking the life force energy, and that's what the physical pain is. It's not life-threatening, but the compassionate exchange is something you know. But just very briefly, in compassionate exchange, you envision the person before you who is the source of this conflict. First you open yourself to grace, to your inner peace, to your pure awareness. And then you visualize that person in front of you and you inhale and breathe and receive into your heart of hearts their suffering, their darkness, their density, their struggles. It can't hurt you. People say, that's counterintuitive, I'm not taking on their karma. Well, we're not encouraging you to take on anybody's karma. We're talking about taking into your heart that thing, that object that's been creating so much pain and resistance. I breathe you into my heart, I receive you into my heart, and then I breathe out to you pure love, pure peace, unbounded space, light, life, radiance. Compassion. Well, that's the exchange. Compassion is to feel the struggle of another. To feel compassion, their passion, their yearning to be free, and we feel it with another when compassion is truly born in the heart. So this exercise really works. You inhale that person and you breathe out to them the essence of life, light, peace, unobstructed space. And then you breathe them back into yourself and breathe out to them that space, that healing, that release. And you keep going until you merge inwardly. And I think if you do that, it's not just, I'm not just saying if you do this technique, it will, but this process of taking into your heart and using the breath is a great way to do it. And then breathing out peace, release, healing, love, comfort to that soul until you merge in love, really does heal that.
The reason why this doesn't hurt anybody when they do it is because our spiritual heart is unconditional love. It is the divine presence. It is our essence, is the merging with the divine. So this whole exercise is going through actually merging that person with your divine self.
Yeah. We sure wouldn't say breathe into your body all of their blocks and karma. We wouldn't say breathe into your mind all of their twisted mentality. But you're breathing into your heart of hearts the essence of this being with all of their struggles and all of their pain, and breathing out to them compassion. Hence, compassionate exchange. It really does work. Okay, but you may have to do it for a while till you're actually ready to release that pain. I don't know why, but sometimes, especially in matters of the heart, sometimes we choose to hold on to it for a while. Sooner we let it go, and there are other great methods for letting go. Centering prayer is awesome. And Qigong, I mean, as you pointed out in the book club yesterday, breath, returning to breath is an access to that, to space and out of the pain of our thinking and our emotional field. So, Sandra says, Namastes, benediciones, abrazos desde Uruguay. Back at you. Thank you so much. Yekaterina says, bendiciones. And Tristan says, first question. I notice there are spiritual masters who have strong auras. Their Shakti has made people have Kriya and make people uncomfortable. What is happening in this mystic situations? A lot of people with huge blockages freak out. It scares me a little. Well, okay. It sounds like, since we're talking here about Shakti and causing Kriyas in people, there are different definitions of Kriya. A Kriya is any action undertaken that leads to awakening. So there's Kriya Yoga, there's Kriya breathing, there's Kriya meditation. But often in Kundalini Shakti circles, when people's Kundalinis are set off, they begin to shake. Sometimes their hands curl up and their feet curl up, and they curl up in a fetal position while all this energy is going through them. And they're kind of shaking. And in the culture, those are often called Kriyas. And indeed they are a form of Kriya, a spontaneous one. And this can be set off by getting close to, if you will, the energy field or the aura of a master of Kundalini, a Siddha yogi. The Siddha yoga tradition consists of yogis whose Kundalinis are fully awakened and unfolded, and they have many of the powers that are described, the yogic powers that accompany awakening in some people. So, I noticed that all spiritual masters have strong auras, but not all of them are like that, where you feel electrified getting close to them. What's happening if people become uncomfortable? Well, change makes all of us feel uncomfortable. If suddenly you've got so much energy going through you, your body begins to shake and tremble. The first time that happens, people are often, oh no, what's going on? And then if they just let go, it just turns into bliss, and they go, give me more. Shaktipat, the transmission of awakened Kundalini Shakti from a Siddha yoga master to a seeker will set off Kundalini and often Kriyas, and people would feel uncomfortable. Now, what can happen is that there can be so-called masters who have mastered a level of Shakti or Kundalini yoga, but perhaps their hearts are not entirely pure. They may still be working through attachment to the siddhis, the yogic powers, and so the first, second, and third chakra in particular can be involved. First chakra with issues of money and materialism, like, oh, my disciple, give me your wealth. The second chakra, the pleasure chakra, can certainly involve sexuality, and if a Kundalini master has strong Kundalini energy and the second chakra is not purified, that could trigger any number of weird sort of twists in the people that get around them. The third chakra is power and control, and obviously if you have a lot of spiritual yogic power, there, if your heart's not clear, you could have the tendency of manipulating the lives and the circumstances of people around you. And that feels uncomfortable. So I think it comes down to the motive, the clarity of the motive of the master involved. So if you feel that,
that's pretty common, because Like Michael said, if they have unresolved issues, especially in the first 3 chakras, that will make you feel a little shaky or uncomfortable to be around them, because there's a part of us that knows, and the master may be conscious or unconscious of it. A lot of times it's unconscious because they haven't worked through those issues yet. But I know when I've been around people that have had power and that kind of energy, and it could be a lawyer or a police officer or anything, but I will shake sometimes, and I realize that there's something off about their energy trying to manipulate mine that my body's responding to.
Agreed. Okay, on the flip side, I noticed years ago that Taoist masters and Zen masters made me feel very uncomfortable. And it wasn't because they were impure. There's something about many Zen masters that when you get close to them, they don't have anything to say to you. They don't look at you. They don't smile at you and say, "Hi, how are you today, Tristan? Good to see you, bro." They're like, no emotion, no words, silent space. And that made me feel very uncomfortable. And some of that is deliberate because they are clear. They have no need to say anything. There's no emotional dance going on. And their whole deal is to help dismantle your ego. So if you get close to one of these masters who is really clear, especially from the Chinese or the Japanese Zen tradition, you may feel very uncomfortable for no reason. It's your ego going, "Oh no, I'm going to get dissolved around this person." So there is that. And then there are, just credit where credit is due. If you got in the energy field of Paramahansa Yogananda, I think you just felt joy, love, unconditional love and bliss and joy, which is very different than that discomfort you feel when you're being overpowered by the energy field of another. And those Zen masters, they don't overpower you. They're doing nothing. And that is so uncomfortable to get around nothing, just empty, clear space. Now, once you get comfortable with that, it's just great. You just want to be with a person like that, right? So there are different understandings. And then there's like the cop or the immigration person where you're going through a line, and they're trained to ask you questions to see if it shakes you. And it's like it's aimed right at your solar plexus, and that's where you feel the power chakra. And sometimes it isn't of a bad intent. It comes with their territory. And then if you're humble about it, they just smile and go, "Have a nice day." Second question from Tristan. I find that God, in a blink of an eye, can rearrange our environment and karmas, door opening and closing. One week I find cool doors open, and then the mat gets pulled under me, and then I get discouraged. Is God playing 4D chess with me? I don't want to invoke discouragement. What's the truth? Well, if you have a sense of humor about it, maybe God is playing 4-dimensional chess with us, or 5-dimensional, or 12-dimensional. God knows how many dimensions God's got going on with us. But it is just, it's the natural flow of the Tao, if you will, the way of the universe is waves. And all things seem to be this way, from the tides coming up and going down, from the moon phases and the earth spinning, light and dark. There are days where you're just easily riding the crest of a wave. Now, in the beginning when this happens, you go, "Oh, hallelujah, I have just broken through. Everything is different now. Every day is going to be like this." And then the next day you notice, ooh, there's the wave motion. Yang dissolves into yin, which is a darker, more receptive state. And then you go, "Oh no, that's discouraging. I want the peak state." And so That's where a lot of people start doing things that are dumb, addictive behaviors or distracting behaviors that don't help, because they just can't hang out in that place of letdown or what you describe discouragement. Trust God, Tristan, because the next day that wave's going to be coming up again. And you'll begin to notice a pattern in life of waves. We're not supposed to be riding some high all the time, nor are we supposed to be going through the depths of self-reflection and ego destruction all the time. But God will balance what we're able to flow with. And maybe even a more accurate picture than waves is a spiral. You keep spiraling through encouragement, discouragement, nothingness, but with each of those cycles, you're spiraling higher and higher and higher into the heart of God. That's what I think. Yeah, and don't invoke discouragement.
The other thing too is when we're feeling lows, that's just the universe's way of showing us where we still need to grow. What do we have resistance to? What do we get frustrated about? Where are our triggers? And once we start working on the inner world, the outer world will be more level. It won't be so wavy.
Ups and downs.
Yeah, it's just more flatline.
But right now, those days where the karmas are relaxed and the doors are opening and other doors closing, and that's sort of God's way of giving you a break and encouragement, just a peekaboo that, hey, that's what this is leading to. This is leading to freedom and joy and peace and liberation. And now that you've gotten built up a little bit, time to get back to the work. And it's back and forth. Trust it. Trust the journey. I understand your caution about these human teachers. That's tricky. That's why my trust, although I've known and had masters who were, I consider, absolutely trustworthy and impeccable, I've encountered the others. We've had these discussions with you, Tristan. So I would anchor my trust into the divine itself. And receive the good graces that come to us through awakened teachers, but to have our deepest trust rooted in the divine itself. And then we won't be disillusioned or disappointed or heartbroken when one of these human vessels does something that's very disappointing to us. Humans are human, and we're a mix. There are very few, even great masters, that you can't see a mix of the purity of their beauty and their awakening and just some human qualities and flaws, personality. I mean, before mastery, he was a grump. After enlightenment, he was an enlightened grump. Evidently, the Buddha had a grumpy side. That didn't make him less enlightened. But if you were just focusing on these human qualities, you go, wow, how awake is that? Pretty awake when we're talking about the Buddha. Okay, thank you for those beautiful inputs, all of you, and for the love. And I will hit refresh one more time because I never know what's going on here anymore till I do. Yeah. Question 3. We'll have to be quick. They're not coming up unless I refresh the page. If there's a computer genius out there that can explain that one, don't do it now. Just write me. Question 3. I'm taking my 3rd Qigong class. I used to be a heavy marijuana smoker and cigarettes. Can Qigong be used to heal the lungs and heal asthma? I quit smoking, but I still have light asthma. Yes, Qigong's very good. There are different kinds of Qigongs. That's a longer question. There are forms of Qigong that are about self-healing particularly, but it's all about breathing. It all clears the lungs. And so Qigong, I don't know what kind you're taking, But Master Lu said something's better than nothing. So I'm sure that what you're doing is helping. And Tristan writes, loving you both. Hope my questions were sweet and spicy enough. Laughing out loud. It was a nice mix. Thank you, Tristan.
Thank you.
And Mike Davis, spiraling high and spiraling down into our nature, yes. The way out is through and the way up is down. As Thomas Merton said, the way into union with God is not flying to the light. It's diving deep into the darkness at the center of your being, passing through the dark, empty center out into God. Lovely stuff. Thank you, Mike. I've been thinking about you. We haven't had contact in a while. Yeah, looking forward to it again some, when the time is perfect. Okie dokie. Let's all close our eyes. Invoke, invite, welcome the presence of God who dwells within you. Rumi said, you're not a drop of the ocean of God. You are the entire ocean in a drop. That mystery cannot be comprehended by the mind, but it can be embraced by the heart. Invite the presence of the living God, of the divine, who dwells within you, to flood you spirit, soul, and body. It pours down from above, it pours in from all around, but it is gushing forth within you from the center of your being. Christ said, is any among you thirsty? Come to me and drink. Out of your innermost being will flow rivers of living waters. Those waters are releasing in you right now. Receive them to fill your spirit with light, to dissolve the veil of separation from the divine, of separation from your true self, from others, from the universe. You are truly already one with it all. Welcome the light and the grace of the divine presence to illuminate your spirit, to clear your soul, your mind, and your emotional field of all negativity, to flood your soul with divinely inspired feelings and ideas and plans, to radiate out into your physical body, to heal all your pain and disease, to flood you with divine health from the top of your head to the soles of your feet. It will continue to shine out spirit, soul, body into your relationships. As Tristan said, to close the doors that need to close and to open the doors that need to open in your relationships, to heal them, to set them right and bring them into the light. The presence wants to shine through your entire life like a lighthouse out into the world, catalyzing everyone who comes in contact with you with this wonderful divine love that draws us into oneness with each other, with all that is, and with Source. Just receive. The divine knows what you need before you do. Right now, just receive the grace that is pouring out to you. Visualize us sitting together in a circle with our eyes closed. Lift up your hands with your palms open, facing forward, and let us invite the divine presence to flow through all of us, to all who are sitting in the circle. As the grace flows through you to all the others, it works on you and transforms you, and it flows back to you through all of them. Imagine in the middle of our circle the beautiful, translucent, blue planet Earth. Let us invite, let us deeply beseech the divine to pour through our prayers and our intentions healing for the earth, for the lands and the seas, for the planet herself, for all sentient beings living with us on this planet, especially for the 8.3 billion human hearts, so many of them filled with fear, filled with anger, filled with hatred. We ask you, dear divine, to flood every human heart on planet Earth with the love that melts away fear, melts away anger, dissolves all violence. Flood the heart of humanity with unconditional love, grace, and peace. Scripture says God will make war cease to the end of the world. May that be now. Dear God, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om, peace, peace, peace. Now you could rest your hands in your lap, and you could open your eyes when you're ready and begin to make direct eye contact with Susanna and or me. As we begin the light meditation, we are flooded with oceans of light, love, grace, and it pours through every part of our being to you, especially through our eyes, the windows of the soul. As you just keep making eye contact with one of us, you don't need to beg, you don't need to pray, just open your heart to receive, and the light streams out through our eyes, in through your eyes, into your heart of hearts, causing the light of awakening to grow brighter and brighter and brighter within you, causing the flames of divine love to become warmer and more transforming. Just keep looking, drinking it in, and receiving. Close your eyes now. Meditate with us for a few more minutes as the grace settles within you. Now keep meditating as long as it feels nice to you. And or find a place to lie down in Shavasana. In Shavasana, you just lay comfortably upon your back with your eyes closed, your arms loosely at your sides with your palms open, turned upward. And as you just lie there with your palms turned up, your eyes closed, let yourself dissolve with gratitude in the presence. We love you much.
Much love, light, and blessings.
Until we meet again, know that the divine in us beholds the divine within you. And we bow to you.
Namaste.
Namaste.